The Savage Hawkman #3, written by Tony S. Daniel, art by Philip Tan. We last left off with Morpheus and some random ass other alien being taken in and supposedly killed by an evil Dr. Kane and his assistant Ashkana, who also has some weird alien stuff with her. There's a lot going on. So this issue picks up with Hawkman, aka Carter Hall. He is breaking into the scene of the crime where the original breakout of Morpheus was, and he finds the ship with some alien symbols on it, and he's like, they feel alive, they're reaching out to me, the nth metal, it reacts, and all of a sudden everything lights up, and it triggers something as he transforms into Hawkman, and it's a hologram, it is a message, and the message basically like, hey, this ship holds Morpheus, he's literally like the worst, and he has since been released. If like you're seeing this, he's been released from his containment tomb. So he's a danger. He leaves devastation. He does have a weakness, though. And the weakness is, and of course in that exact moment, it starts getting all scratchy and critchy, and then the ship starts self-destructing. And Hawkman flies away from the explosion. So then we cut over to Morpheus, and he's like, oh, what's that? I'm still alive? I thought that I was going to be killed by that scientist. And the scientists are like, oh, yeah, no, we're still going to do that. But it turns out you have some really great regenerative properties that are going to come in real handy for the stuff I'm working on. And Morpheus is like, I am a plague that spreads. My power never ends. I will break free and swallow you whole. He's like, yeah, okay, cool. Anyway, here we go. And they basically start chopping him up and taking his destructive powers for themselves. And that's Dr. Kane and his assistant, by the way. So we cut over next morning. Carter Hall stops by Emma, the girl that I guess is kind of interested in him's place, and was like, hey, so I stopped by the place again, saw the alien symbols, and I'm pretty sure that he wasn't he didn't escape. This wasn't him doing this. He was released by somebody. And I think Emma is the daughter of Professor Ziegler. I think that was established before, so Professor Ziegler's also there. And they're like, okay, well, who would have released him? Like, I trusted all of those people with my life. And it's like, well, it wasn't me, it wasn't Emma, it wasn't you. Who else had access? And it's like, only Terrence, but I trust him with my life. And it's like, well, where is he? And he's like, he hasn't been returning my calls. Okay, I'm going to go find Terrence, bye. And he flies off as Hawkman. Cut over to Terrence. He's trying to get the hell out of town. I don't even know what happened here. Like, there's an alien dog thing that attacks Terrence. He shoots it and it dies. And then Hawkman comes in and then they start bantering. And where'd the dog thing come from? Did I miss that? Why is there an alien dog just running around? So anyway, Hawkman and him are like, well, what are you doing, Terrence? Where are you going? He's like, I'm trying to get away from here as possible. Okay, well, who do you work for? I work for Professor Ziegler. And Hawkman just backhands him. And he's like, all right, better answer the question correctly this time. He's like, okay, how about I take you to Morpheus so you stop hurting me? So he grabs Terrence and they fly off to, I guess, where Dr. Kane is. So they cut back to the lab. Morpheus has been completely torn apart, and apparently there are 12 components that are crucial to altering life as we know it. And they have the ability to either heal or destroy. And Dr. Kane now holds that power. But Hawkman drops down with Terrence inside the lab. And they get an early warning sort of thing inside. And they're like, Morpheus, despite the fact that he is completely decapitated, starts cackling at them. And it's like, I thought he was dead. Anyway, take care of it, my assistant. And the assistant transforms into this reptilian-looking beast thing. And she's like, yeah, I'll take care of it. And at that moment, Hawkman bursts in. And they start fighting. Terrence points out, oh, that's him. That's the bad guy, Dr. Kane. So Hawkman charges after Kane. He's interrupted by the assistant. And they start battling it out. Meanwhile, Terrence goes after, it seems like Kane, but he starts transforming as well into this dark, horrible looking like Resident Evil style monster. And as Hawkman's just laying into the assistant as much as possible, he's like, "Where's Morpheus?" He's like, "Well, he probably escaped because of your dumb ass." He's like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "That dude that you brought in here, he's not just a dude. He's part of Morpheus's plague, and he's come to free him." And he's like, "Oh, crap." And we see that Terrence has walked over to Morpheus, grabbed his decapitated head, merged it in to be part of his body, and now Morpheus is free again to continue doing whatever the hell it is he's doing. I like it. It's good. But dear God, it just has so many little, like, what? Like, little inconvenient, not even inconvenient, little strange happenings. Like the fact of, oh, we have a hologram that literally is about to say what his weakness is, and then it explodes. We have this alien dog that comes out of nowhere, is dealt with a pistol, and then we just don't talk about it again. And then I think what saves it is the part of, okay, Terrence was actually like, the part of Morpheus' plague. But then that just raises the question of like, the alien dog at the beginning looked like part of Morpheus as well. It looked like his same sort of breed. So like, again, what was that? I'm just very confused. I'm very confused about like why all this happened at all. Specifically this issue. But no, I'm giving this a 6 out of 10. The art is fantastic as it has been. Philip Tan has a painterly style that just looks fantastic, especially during action scenes, and it does well with fights. So, no, I'm giving it a 6 strictly out of the writing of like, it either was way too convenient of course the hologram couldn't say exactly how to beat him, or it was way too confusing in terms of why is this happening? So, no, 6, and hopefully it can explain it better next time.